into the wide-open office window, her profile illuminated by the moon and stars. The night air caressed her dark hair, creating the illusion she was flying. He stared at the slope of her nose, almost charmed. Something had to be done. He tore his gaze away from her before growling. "This paperwork isn't going to sort itself, Sage." He glowered, his calluses sliding over the smooth parchment as he pretended to sort the pages. A corpse on her desk might not be the thing that broke her, but late-night paperwork had an honest chance. Her face danced into view as she neared his desk, nose scrunched as she angled her head toward him, black curls falling over her shoulder. "But wouldn't that be convenient?" she responded brightly. He was going to be sick. Coughing, disgusted by the warmth spreading through him, he looked back toward his desk, at Kingsley, one of his oldest friends and his near-constant companion for the past decade. The once human prince was the reason Tristan was in this mess in the first place. Kingsley's wayward walks had led the amphibian right into the arms of the king's magical guard, which had led Evie Sage right into the arms of Tristan, literally. He could still feel her warm body pressed against him. Her hair had smelled of roses. The troublemaking frog's crown currently was slipping precariously to the side as he held up one of his signs. It read, "Pretty." "You think I'm unaware of that?" Tristan grumbled, taking the sign from the precocious frog's tiny webbed foot, then slamming it face down on the desk before Sage could see it. "Unaware of what, sir?" she asked. "Shit. How your daydreaming is interfering with getting this done in a timely manner," he grumbled, glaring when Kingsley shook his tiny head at him. "I won't be commanded by a damned frog." Sage practically floated back to his desk, her light eyes a meld of mischief and sincerity. "I wasn't daydreaming. I was making a wish." Her bright green skirts covered in little flowers swirled around her as she cast the full force of her joy at him. He almost ducked. But he distracted himself with her comment instead. "A wish." She sat down in the new chair across from him, pushing her curls away from her face, grabbing a stack of papers to sort. "Didn't anyone ever teach you that stars listen for wishes?" she asked, perplexed, as if he was the absurd one. "I was never afforded that particular lesson in school," he replied dryly, and turned his attention back to a report from the head of his malevolent guard, Kingsley. Her brow furrowed. "Oh, no, I didn't learn about stars in school. I learned from my mother and her family. Uncle Vale was an expert on them. My cousin Helena and I used to spend our summers learning of them. We'd lay in the grass at night, just talking to the sky. It was fun." Her joyful eyes were suddenly far away, the smile faltering just for a second. But he tracked it. Odd. She kept speaking regardless, on instinct, it seemed. "My school lessons were never so interesting, but I missed them after I left." He trained his eyes on the candle wax on his desk. "Your education was not listed on your resume." She was too casual in her response. "I had to leave after my mother disappeared. My father had his business, and someone needed to stay home with my little sister." "Don't press. It matters not." "How old were you?" he asked. "Damn it." He heard the papers in her hands rustle. She must have been gripping them firmly. 13. His chest went tight. Kingsley had another sign up now, clearly meant for him. The frog swung it in front of his face. Ass. "Sage, He halted his words. An apology tipped against his tongue. An apology? The villain didn't apologize. The mere urge to do so stunned him so much, he closed his lips. Her surname hung awkwardly in the air between them. He crumpled up a letter and threw it.